get it. Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
Coach, we have a damp and rainy afternoon in the tri-state area as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium in the Garden State of New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And we are underway here on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll go with Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Mark 55, Mark 55. Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off at the 47. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check three, check three, check three. Tighty weapon. Tighten up. Ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Townsend. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Bravo. 64, weak. Get it.
Off play action. Townsend. They'll fire one end zone for Cooks. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Number 16's coming. Check. Let's go.
Off the play fake. Townsend. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but Let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception? What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 62 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an switch.
You draw Porter. Hey, foxtrot.
On 3rd down, Townsend. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And now we'll hook up downfield on 2nd down. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check. Fresno. Hey, alert 3.
Hey, orbit.
Off-play action. Townsend. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Check, ready. Touchdown. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
In your face. Switch. Jumping. Fast. Check it.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson is going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets will extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2nd and 6 at the 20.
2nd and 6. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Bills.
Ready?
On first and 10, Townsend. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's now second and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Hey, wahoo!
You don't want it. Say it. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Hey, high 7.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, Delta.
Back to throw. Townsend, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
I'm coming. Check. Check. Short. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Y'all not ready. Check 26.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
5 yards gets them back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't, and this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 6-6, pull it high. 70, Indy. Snap.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, dude.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 16-yard line.
General West. Spuds.
55, my guy, 55. Come on, D. Mike, 55.
Shoot.
To throw on second down. Townsend. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go play action now. Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. The Chiefs have added on. They're pulling away in that one. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Here's Johnson, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. You draw quarters.
Check out route.
Go.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, exit. Ready?
From the gun on third down, Townsend. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Squeeze, double.
Mike 55. Hey, zoom.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's complete. What a catch at the 7. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards. Oh, he fakes the spike. And this is caught. So he fakes the spike and they get the touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets will extend their lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. to the air on second down. Townsend, he's going to launch this thing. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 75 yards. And the Bills get a bit closer. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Forced out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point hooks a bit, but it's up and good. And that will get them one closer.
28, Bills 23.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken from the 7. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
At the 44-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Jackson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
25, check 25. Watch tight end. 55, my guy, 55.
Throwing is Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Brooks. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 8. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hey, check back 16, check back 16. Come on.
Hey, Charlie.
16, Mike, 16. Drop deep, drop
There.
Throwing on 1st down. Townsend completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
1st down, Buffalo.
Kill.
Protein spill.
Check, crunch.
On 1st down, Townsend. He's going to find Gallup here complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Looking to throw. Townsend. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a third down.
Hey, Foxtrot.
From the gun on third down. Townsend. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come down with it. What do they call that? The process of the catch? He completed it all the way through.
No. Hey, Orville.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
On fourth down. Townsend airing it out. Look, got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Watch the whip.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
Ready up.
Seats coming. Check Mike.
Ready. Watch twist.
Pilot, 64, weak. Smooth. Get it.
From the gun, Townsend steps away. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
Hey, back up.
You better be afraid of me.
Mike 16.
Let's go.
On fourth down, Townsend. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
36.
Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This is Jones. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Undercrunch.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
They go play action with Jackson. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they try to sweep to Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Sponge. No. 2-6. 58, boys. 58. 58's Mike. Here we go. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Watch the back.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. That'll bring up second down.
You ready?
16.
Hey, wahoo!
Number 16's coming. Check Mike. Check Mike.
Let's go, D.
He'll look to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. He's back to throw. Got his man there complete to Gallup. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Ready?
Check Mike. Check Mike.
Hey, Delta. 5.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. They'll try the right side with Jones. And some space here. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
He's checking crap.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Jets, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.